Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today at MadWorldTarot. And if you hear strange sound effects in the background, it is the very old Jack Russell who is snoring in his little bed on the floor as I am doing this. I have the Knights Templar Tarot on the tarot table. We are looking at the anniversary service of the Invictus Games, the 10th anniversary in the UK in May. It's being held at St. Paul's. There is going to be a service, and I think there is going to be some sort of function at the restaurant afterwards. And we now hear that Harry is concerned about the security at St. Paul's after the time of his UK return was inadvertently linked on the cathedral website. And this is in the Express newspaper, which goes on to explain that he normally keeps his UK travel plans confidential. All revealed very last minute on a need-to-know basis. Doesn't that sound like James Bond? Especially after his claims in his book Spare about the 25 tally space ban that led to a lot of controversy and obviously increased his own risk, allegedly. So I'm quoting from this article. Let's just say the leak of the date of the Invictus Games anniversary service has gone down like a lead balloon. Harry is already concerned over his security in the UK. So this has just added extra anxiety to his fears. And so we find ourselves again, and this is not a quote, this is my opinion, we find ourselves again in the will they, won't they realm. And this time it's will he or won't he show up? What is this about? Is he paranoid? Is he really that anxious about his security in England? He who lives in California is that worried about being in the UK? Is this some kind of opt-out clause, for lack of a better word, where he can point at the security arrangements and say, I don't feel safe there, I'm not going to go. And nor is Meghan, and nor are the kids. We're just going to stay at home where it's safe in California. Perhaps to avoid a meeting with Prince William, because apparently the people at the Invictus Games are desperate for Prince William to go to this event for fundraising purposes, to raise the profile of the Invictus Games, which allegedly has been tarnished by association with the two fill-in swear word grifters. So what is going on? Is this some sort of maneuver to get his IPP status restored and his 24/7 security from the Metropolitan Police after he lost his a thingy application, his judicial review application that was turned down? And there's a whole no kind of a vibe about ever getting his IPP status back or his security back in the UK. So is this a bit of a strop? I'm not safe now because St. Paul's has revealed that I'm going to be there on, I think it's the 8th of May at whatever o'clock it's at St. Paul's, and so therefore you need to restore my royal protection officers all the time and my IPP status and all of that. What is going on? That's what we want to know. We're going to do a Celtic cross and ask what is going on from Harry's point of view. How does he really feel? Is he really that paranoid, or is this some kind of a maneuver either to get out of going or to get something that he's been told absolutely no to by the courts, by the royals, by the government, by everybody, but he still wants it. Let us see. And Knights Templar Tarot, I think I've shown you the Knights Templar Tarot. In case I haven't, there it is again. And we're using it for this one because we're dealing with the Invictus Games. We're dealing with people who serve, people who sacrifice themselves in their service. Not that you would know from all of these news headlines, there doesn't seem to be so much about them as a hell of a lot about the Parkles. my opinion. And let's remind you, it is just tarot for fun and entertainment, and I think we have the cards, and it is all just my opinion and my speculation, and I just read energy here, and there is a disclaimer in the box below, and please read it and form your own opinions about what is going on with this particular newspaper article and this claim that Harry is now extremely worried about his safety in the UK, and especially at St. Paul's. And I was reminded of Murder in the Cathedral, and that's my working title for this reading, although I won't be putting it on the actual video because of the censorship on this platform. And the Seven of Pentacles has come out as our underlying energy in reverse. It's the harvest, it's the reaping what you sow card, and it's in reverse. So he's reaping the whirlwind with the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. And the whirlwind is what happens when you look like, shall we say, you are bragging somewhat about your tally in Afghanistan. And then people come out and say, what a very vile thing to talk about, and nobody does. And that is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, reaping the whirlwind. It's also about investment, the Seven of Pentacles. And what was I saying in my preamble? But that the Invictus Games is short of funds, allegedly, needing to raise funds, needing high-profile people to attend this event. And if William shows up, how's Hasbeen going to feel? Especially if William goes first and gets extra sausage. How will he cope? Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Situation that Harry finds himself in right now is a security thing. We've got, there is the Hermit. That's Harry, Major Arcana for Virgo. The Hermit in reverse. That is somebody who is misguided for me, who's badly advised, because the Hermit is about advice, whether your own inner guidance or people around you whispering in your ear. So there is some level of being misguided in that card, but it's also coming in from the cold. The Hermit takes himself off, goes and sits by himself and has a big long think, and then he comes back when the card is in the reverse. He comes back with whatever insights he has gained while he's been in the wilderness. This is Harry coming back from the wilderness, from his own self-imposed exile. Him coming back, and he is not feeling safe as he comes back to the UK. And I'm not a psychologist, but that sounds to me like strange degree of projection that is going on there, because this all sounds a little bit disordered in its thinking, shall we just say. I'd remind you again that that is my own professional opinion. The challenge for Harry right now, that this date and time even has been leaked. We have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. The Eight of Pentacles, another big money card. Earning your keep with the Eight of Pentacles, working hard, mastering your craft, busy. And it's in the reverse. And this tells me that he has some issues around not working. I'm almost inclined to say the grifting word, and so I will say it because that's what the Parkles have been accused of publicly by people who have worked with them. It's about laziness. And I'm just going to have to pause to let the little dog out. And I'm back. And it's interesting for me that the cards that have shown up in this reading so far are money cards. Empty coffers, nobody investing, no backers, no big corporate backers for the Invictus Games, in my opinion. And then the Eight of Pentacles in reverse, that possibly they are fed up with him because he hasn't worked hard enough for them. He's happy to show up for those few days in Canada, and she dragged herself around after him with different clothes every time the cameras were on her, just about, and allegedly merching all of them. He even allegedly merching his outfits. There they were, but they weren't doing anything useful. And I don't think that behind the scenes he is doing anything useful. Not with that card. I am not getting worry about security so far, either here in the underlying energy or here in the situation that is at the heart of this reading. I'm getting somebody who's misguided, ill-advised, coming back into the UK, kind of unwanted, because he hasn't done the work. He's lazy. He's not putting in the effort that he should be putting in. Compare him with Prince William and the Earthshot Prize that he's organized just in a few years. It's now tremendously successful. It's raising huge amounts of money. They've just announced they have like a good news thing that they put out where they're trying to actually encourage people rather than just depress everyone and make life feel like it's not worth living. So that's my little rant. Let's see what's going on behind the scenes. What's the true reason for this little piece in the Express newspaper? The Queen of Pentacles. That's an interesting card because it always makes me think of the Princess of Wales, of Catherine, Earth sign, Princess, Queen to be, of Pentacles, all the attention on her. You can see her in her gold dress. We have seen Catherine in that sensational gold dress at a film premiere. I think it was a film premiere with that lion behind her, very royal. That's the dog who's back, if you can hear scratching. This, I have to say, what's coming through for me is kind of attention seeking, trying to get the narrative back for themselves, that all the eyes, all the news, all the attention has been on the Princess of Wales since her cancer, well, her disappearance and her cancer diagnosis, and we need attention back for ourselves. And that is the hidden energy. That's what's going on deep down in the world of motives and the subconscious, and what the person is truly feeling and truly experiencing, even if they themselves are not aware of it. And it's very interesting to me that that card has shown up now, because of course it's all about her at the moment, and it's also all about Prince William. And will Prince William go places without her, or will he stay out of the limelight too while she is going through her treatment? Let's see what his goal is right now. What is he about? The Emperor. He wants to be the boss, of course. It's all about him. He wants to have the show of strength, the might and the power, and all the notice and all the troops marching past, and, you know, eyes right and all that kind of stuff. It's a bit North Korean for me. I always get that vibe when I get the Emperor in these kinds of readings. It has that little tin pot dictator kind of a vibe for me, unfortunately, for the Emperor, because it's not a bad card. It's not a negative card generally. It's about being organized. It's about marshalling the troops. It's about getting stuff done. Healthy male energy. The Emperor, if you're allowed to say healthy male energy these days. I'm not sure, especially given what is going on in Scotland today. Anyway, that's an aside. The Emperor, he wants to be boss. He wants it all to be about himself. He is not afraid of his security situation. This is all for show, in my opinion. This is all to prove how important he is, and he needs the bulletproof cars and the troops running by the side, North Korean style, and all of that for his ego needs. Emperor, in my opinion, all allegedly just me reading energy as a tarot reader. Let's see, past energy, of course, the court case, the application for judicial review turned down. Tell us about that. And we have the Ace of Wands. He is going to carry on with this fight with that cross and clutching that wand there. He's not giving up. He is not giving up. This little maneuver, in my opinion, and it is only in my opinion, and I'm purely speculating here, this whole thing is about that being stopped, him failing in that application, and this whole thing is about him trying to prove a point and to assert dominance over the courts, over the royal family, over the British government, over everyone. I am the most important person that ever walked the face of the earth. I'm getting that level of ego coming through in this reading. Absolutely. I don't know if it would be better to be doing this reading and finding out that he really is paranoid and tending towards insane about his level of anxiety about this. But that is not what's coming through here for me today. Just saying. What's next? What is coming? What is going to happen in the near future? We have the King of Swords in the reverse. I think he's going to be blocked. Whatever he's trying to do, it looks like it's going to be thwarted, because the King of Swords is about government, is about lawyers, judges. The king himself very often comes through as the King of Swords. That his will is going to be thwarted by what Princess Diana called the men in grey suits or whatever it was. I nearly said the men in black. Perhaps it is the men in black who are going to stop him this time. But he's not going to have much success with this, if this is what he is trying to do. And I'm being brought back to this Eight of Pentacles, just by the way, and it's about that offer to pay. I'm just being given a little nudge to say that there's also some of that in that card. Remember when he claimed that he had offered to pay out of his own pocket for British police protection and was told absolutely not. It's there, and it's that, and a little bit of grievance about it. Allegedly, the offer only came after the fact, shall we say. So it wasn't necessarily a genuine offer, but it's there in the energy. I think he still feels aggrieved about all of that. Just saying, again, just reminding you for legal reasons that this is just my opinion and just speculation. How does he see himself in this situation? Are we going to get anxiety? Two of Cups in reverse. Ooh. It's the falling out with a loved one or a partner card, Two of Cups in reverse. This might be causing trouble on the home front. Herself collapsed on the floor, and I've seen that in the reading I've just done, looking at whether Meghan is likely to show up in the UK in May for this service. And this is marital strife. Two of Cups in reverse over this situation. So I think he feels that if he doesn't work this out, she doesn't feel safe in the UK, because of course the British people are so appalling and so dangerous to her, and possibly also to her children, that this is very difficult for him if he doesn't get that North Korean style security of that huge stretch limo and tanks before and after, and police men and women jogging along beside. Then she isn't going to go, then all hell to pay. That for me is the Two of Cups in reverse. Tell me about the pressure he's under, as if that isn't pressure enough. We have the Nine of Wands. This is the somebody who is embattled. It's that Monty Python skit of all the arms and legs cut off and only one arm and spouting blood, and take me on, I'm still defending the bridge. Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior, the person who's embattled, who's ring-fenced themselves, bloodied and bruised, making their last stand. He's on his last legs, quite literally, as a prince, as possibly the figurehead, the patron of the Invictus Games as well. I have read on this quite a few times, and I have seen in the energy that I've got in readings that they would really like to be shot of him and get someone better installed. Someone, for instance, like Mike Tyndall or Prince William. Please, can they have Prince William? That is the energy that I got the last time I read on them, as far as I can recall. So let's have a look and see hopes and fears for the has-been with this little protestation about his security. Seven of Cups in reverse, that's running out of options. When it's in reverse, that is that however much he pleads his case about security, and now, wicked St. Paul's put the actual schedule up on their website and endangered him terribly. He's running out of options, or he's worried that he is. What more can he do? to persuade people that he's really in danger and that he really needs those police jogging along next to his car on the way from, I don't know, where he would be staying. It was the Ritz last time. I don't think he'll get any royal accommodation, but from the Ritz to St. Paul's. Terrible danger that he's in. Running out of options. How's it going to go? What's going to happen? Current timeline. Is he going to show up? Is he going to get the police? What's going to happen? Is he going to stay at home? We got the 9 of Cups. Ooh, that's a wish fulfillment card. So I'm guessing that what's going to happen with that, and it's interesting that we are there in the cathedral, so to speak. He's going to be there. I should imagine that he will be there by himself, that Prince William will be staying at home with the Queen of Pentacles, out of sight, that he will have all the attention and all the notice that his little heart could possibly wish for with that 9 of Cups. But I'm also getting that he will have that huge bulletproof car and the police jogging along beside, and the outriders and the flags and whatever else, notice and attention and cannon and salutes and people lining the streets and cheering. I don't think people will be lining the streets and cheering, but he's going to get the security that he wants. But of course he would have got it anyway without this whole drama and without having to allegedly put pieces like this in the Express newspaper, because one can speculate that it might have come from the pen of herself and from nowhere else. That is pure speculation and also snark on my part, of course. And every time he goes back to the UK for things like this, he does, as a matter of course, get police protection. So I think this is all a big fuss about nothing, but it's a big fuss coming from ego. It's not because he's actually worried. This is my personal opinion. It's about his status, about his need for attention. It's about his need to prove a point that this battle isn't over. Even though we have last stand and running out of options and being thwarted and being blocked, I think the thwarted and blocked is he's not going to get his IPP status back. He's not going to get permanent protection from the British police. He is going to get it for this one-off deal. 9 of Cups. That's your reading. I have a very busy little Jack Russell wriggling and scratching. So I'm going to go and attend to him now. And I'll see you again tomorrow.